All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Tuesday, January the 18th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. We have got a packed show, lot to get into, of course, as always. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. As always, I see John Kruger, Skyland, Brendan, Rob Youngson, Travie. What's going on? Also, for the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel. Excuse me, the TDC Questions channel. Be sure your questions are answered there. Again, we have got a lot to get into, as it's no secret, folks. We are 1 month away from opening day. Baseball content is back on the Spurs Up Show. Very excited. Also, it is game day. In case anybody's still watching Salcona basketball, I have no idea. But either way, got a packed show today, a lot to get into. I do want to hear from you. The phone lines are open. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. So, anyways, guys, a lot to get into. I'm very excited. A lot of great news, a lot of positive momentum regarding Gamecocks athletics, but also TSUS. You see the sign behind me, man. Baseball season's TSUS season. It's no secret. Tons to get into. I'm very excited, guys. Before we do, I want to tell you about our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item or a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats the clients like family. Guys, they're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. But involved in any type of action, no matter what it might be, the last thing that you should be dealing with, worrying about, is paperwork, the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis and Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, the friends of Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, let's dive into it, guys. Again, I want to hear from you. 843-790-3377. Again, very exciting times as we sit here now, just 1 month away from opening day. Coach Ford says, did the running back from Columbia University commit to us? Coach Ford, I have not seen that. I do not think he did. Tell us what you know about the kicker. Coach Ford, he's a kicker, and he's a 5-star. I mean, you know, I'm not going to go into some long scouting report on the kicker. I mean, he's a 5-star kicker. I'd assume that means it's a good pickup. So, yeah, not to like, you know, scoff at your question, Coach Ford, but I'm not the guy to ask about the kicker scouting report. So, let's see. Jay Smith, good morning. Skyland says, happy Tuesday, buddy. Let's talk some baseball. Indeed. Hey, in case you missed it, baseball content is back. Content is, you know, I say this a lot, and I toss this around a lot, you know, content bleeding out the eyeballs. This is really the point now when baseball and basketball start to overlap, where the content is really, truly bleeding out the eyeballs. Because, of course, today it is game day. Gamecocks taking on Arkansas. We're not just going to ignore Salcona basketball just because. I'm going to continue to watch every game, cover every game, give my thoughts and insights and analysis and takeaways from every game. So we'll continue to do that, but baseball content is back starting today on the podcast, the position unit preview series for baseball. And we started today with the Gamecocks starting pitchers. Really exciting stuff. Again, guys, I'll have tons of graphics, video, everything coming out regarding that. Again, just content bleeding out the eyeballs. I have so many ideas. Also, in case you missed it, feels good to be good, and it feels good to be TSUS right now. We are adding TSUS athletes like it's nobody's freaking business. Of course, you guys saw over the weekend, we added Kai Kroger to the team, then Jackson Davis, a swimmer. Now we have added a pair of Gamecocks baseball players in Salcona left-handed pitcher John Gilreath and catcher Colin Burgess. And folks, we're not done yet. Gilly merch on the way. Burgie Barrels merch on the way. Again, we are just getting started. We're just getting started. As Coach Beamer would say, we're just getting started. P-Doc says, do we even tune in tonight? Well, P-Doc, it's my job. So, and I mean, I say it's my job, man. I'm watching a basketball game. But I guess that's up to you. Again, Gamecocks are 12.5-point underdogs. So if you're tuning in hopes of seeing a win, I think you'll be disappointed. Anyways, let's see. P-Doc, should we worry that there's only 2 guys above 95? I mean, I wouldn't say so. I mean, and the 2 guys above 95 are your 2 starters on Friday and Saturday. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it, man. I mean, do I wish everybody in the rotation or everybody on our staff threw 100? Sure. But, I mean, as you know, P-Doc, I'd rather have 93, 94 with movement than a flat 98. All right, let's jump to the phone. Dirt, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not much. It's that wonderfully beautiful time of the year, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. It is only fitting you would call in exactly a month from opening day. But no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it is for sure. You know, we're battling the cold right now, and I was looking at the weather upcoming this weekend. It looks like on Friday in Columbia, it's going to be like low 30s again with a possible winter mix. I don't think the cold's going away, but at least we have some brighter, warmer days ahead when you know that the boys of summer are just around the corner. So, yeah, man, it's awesome. And, again, I'm really excited to, start talking Carolina baseball and breaking down the team and really diving into it. And, yeah, man, before you know it, we'll be week of opening day. And can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I am more than optimistically happy for this team this season. Last year I thought we had a pretty good shot of, going to the tournament, hosting, something like that. But I think behind Will Sanders and Bosnick on Friday, Saturday, and then whether you pitch a committee on Sunday or you get a guy that decides, it's my turn to step up. Which, by the way, I think we are about to see a hell of a season from John Gilreath. I think we saw only flashes of what has been figured out last season.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, obviously, again, I know you already saw it. I'm really excited to have John on the team. Obviously, the TSUS athlete, my guy. It's funny you bring him up. My guy actually just texted me over the mock-ups for the Gilly T-shirts, which will probably drop later today. But they look awesome, by the way. But no, I think John's going to be a big piece for us. And again, the great thing about John is he's a Gamecock through and through. There's few probably on the ball club that want to win more than him. Again, grew up a Gamecock fan. His last go around. So, I think there's a lot of guys like that on our team. And I think Kingston's mentioned that before. And, I mean, the great thing is this, man. No, we're not ranked in the preseason top 25 and what have you. But, we got plenty of talent. People were asking me this morning, am I surprised we're not in the D1 top 25? Not totally shocked. I mean, listen, we lost our entire starting rotation of Farr, Jordan, and Carey.
Yeah, I agree. You lose Carey. You lose wow, I can't even remember their names. Farr, and Saturday's pitcher.
Brandon Jordan. Brandon Jordan.
Yeah, Brandon Jordan. You lose them. And you don't replace them with 5-star recruits. You're not going to be in the top 25. But I think with the return of small ball, which I think we're definitely going to see with Scott Wingo back and who's the new assistant?
Justin Parker's the pitching coach, and then the dude from Texas A&M, Collette, Coach Collette.
Yeah, Collette.
Yeah.
Collette is a big, with the little bit of research I did when he was announced, is a big, back to basics, small guy type of guy. And I think we're still going to have those power hitters and Andrew Eister and Braylon Wimmer here and there, but I think we're going to get back to the basics of, extend the lead, keep the guys on base, push them forward, knock that, just like that scene in Moneyball when they're talking about, make the pitchers, you want them pitching off 80 or 90 pitches in the fifth inning. I think we're going to see a lot of that this season.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, again, early look, and again, we'll break it down much more as we go throughout the next couple of weeks and get an opening day. But, yeah, I think certainly off the jump from what I've seen from the team in person and what Kingston has said and just the makeup of the team, I think we're going to be a lot more station to station, gap to gap, quote unquote small ball. We're still going to hit home runs. I mean, Founders Park is a crackerjack box. I mean, on the days the wind is blowing out, we're going to hit bombs. Burgee hit bombs last year. Brant Belk, the transfer, can hit bombs. Oh, yeah. Madden, the third baseman from Vatech, can go yard. There's a lot of guys in our lineup, but again, it's about being more productive. That was our biggest problem. And the funny thing is this, man, just speaking on the starting rotation and the starting pitchers as a whole, you lose your entire starting rotation. But I tell you this, if Julian Bosnick flourishes in a starter role, because that was his biggest issue last year he was unhittable, but when he was in that, he was better out of the bullpen. If he can flourish in that starter role, I could argue the 1-2 punch of Sanders-Bosnick will be better than far Jordan was, to be honest with you. I think
I agree. Yeah. They've got, especially with what we saw in Sanders' freshman year, he had the ability to go deep into games. And the only reason he wasn't going, I would argue the only reason we didn't see him pitch multiple complete games is because he didn't need to.
Right. No, for sure.
We had enough arms behind him that he could pitch 6 or 7 innings and then just turn it over to the bullpen.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I was most impressed with last year was just his moxie, his poise. Again, the stuff is,
oh yeah,
it speaks for itself, but to go to pitch game 3 on the road at Georgia, a place where he's from that state, and a rubber game for us and absolutely shove. And then, he had some moments where he got hit around a little bit, and that's why I don't really worry about experience because, he pitched in a game 3 against Arkansas, and he pitched against some of these bigger teams. And so he's been through the fire, man. And, we all said it last year watching him. I said it watching him many times that this dude he's the next big Friday night guy for us. And sure enough, here we are. So, no, I think Will's poised for a huge, huge year for us. And, that's why I talked about today on the show, talking about, what's going to make a successful season for this group is – him truly being that ace, because again, you can't go 2-8 in game 1s in SEC play again. And we were very fortunate. We were very fortunate to be 16-14 in conference play, going 2-8 in game 1. So, and I think that will get better. I think that will get better. I think a lot of things will help out in that regard. In regards to, I think Sanders is going to be very good, but I also think, hey, your schedule's a little more favorable. You don't have to go to Vandy. You don't have to play Arkansas again. So. I think it sets up pretty well for you.
You've got Vandy's best hitter of your team now.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, for sure. So yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I think I saw it earlier. He holds the school record for home runs, RBIs, and hits at Vandy.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well,
I'll get off.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to that first throw it in the dirt chant. That's going to be like a soothing thing that we've gone without for too long.
I think it's either going to be Sunday or that Tuesday. I won't be able to get up there for opening day.
I got you. Well, just let me know, man. I'll be at all of them, so just let me know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
good luck, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you, Dirt. Great stuff. In case you don't know who that is, by the way, guys, that is the Throw It in the Dirt guy on Twitter. So the Throw It in the Dirt chant, I'm not saying he started it necessarily for Carolina baseball. I'm not saying he didn't either. Either way, a huge advocate of the Throw It in the Dirt chant at Founders Park, and a great friend of TSUS and the Rowdy Roosters as well. Appreciate Dirt calling in. Let's see. Taylor Novinger commenting says baseball ain't going anywhere except the regionals and done. That's a fair take. That's your prediction. So be it. You might be right. Who knows? I'll drop my predictions the week of opening day. That Monday, I'll drop my full season preview show and prediction show. And, once you get to the postseason, Taylor, it's a crapshoot. You never know. It depends on matchups. It depends on, how your team looks at that point. There's a lot of different things, but I think this team certainly has the potential to go farther than that. Some questions have to be answered, but I like this team. I like the talent on this team. But, maybe you'll be right. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. P-Doc says, I remember the days where Graham Lawson was third or fourth reliever out of the bullpen, sitting at 97 miles an hour. Again, I think you got a lot of guys that have great stuff. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. I think you got a lot of guys that have great stuff, and you're sitting 94, 95. If you got movement on it, I mean, you're going to have to be better. But I'm not too worried about it, man. Listen, we've had guys through 97, 98 that got hit around. So we've had guys through 97, 98 that got hit around. Again, guys, really exciting stuff today. We are 1 month away from opening day. 1 month away from opening day. Let's see. Skyland says, worried about the bullpen. Yeah, we'll talk about that on Thursday, Skyland. We'll talk about the relievers on Thursday. And again, a lot of questions there. A lot of questions to be answered. Again, you lose as many guys as we did with the Danny Lloyds and the Brett Careys. And, yeah, a lot of questions.
John.
Let's jump to the phone lines here. John, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Chris? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Just hanging out. You can tell everybody's back in the office and at work today because there's people that haven't called in a few days that are calling in now. So glad to know everybody made it back to the office successfully.
Yes, sir. First off, I want to give a shout out to the CSUS tailgate, specifically my boy P-Doc, Jonathan Crew, and Lance. Shout out to them for showing up and showing out this year.
Truly, legends in their own right. Truly, both of them.
Truly legends. P-Doc is potentially my son. We're working on the adoption papers now. Anyway, I want to ask you a question. When you're in a relationship and, deep down in your stomach, you just got that pit where it's fun, you're enjoying it, but it's not going to last.
Right.
You ever get that feeling?
I've been there far too many times, and I'd like to admit.
Well, I'm in a relationship right now with our men's basketball team, and I got that feeling deep down that, it was fun. We had a good time, but it ain't going to last. And I know we were talking about this earlier, but I got nothing against the man, Frank Martin. Met him a few times at the, I guess whatever they call it, the Spurs Up tour or whatever they call it nowadays, Welcome Home tour. But great dude, amazing person. But like I said on the phone with you earlier, probably needs to move to a D2 or even just a non-Power 5 conference. I think he's meant to be somewhere where he can develop guys, and I think that's kind of what college basketball was when he came. But, nowadays it's more the one and done. It's more the, transfer portal is more of a thing now where you're only going to have a guy for a year or two, and you might transfer out or you might transfer in after a year or two. So I love the guy. I wish him nothing but the best, but I'm kind of with you that it's time to go back on the dating apps and find somebody new.
Well, and I feel like, John, we should be experts at this by now, right? I mean, you think back to what we went through with Will Muschamp, and I think we're all, we always, of course, you get excited for all the Gamecock sports in the off season and the preseason, but how often, especially in those last 2 years, we would get like halfway through the year and Gamecock fans would say, man, I can't wait till basketball season. Can't wait till baseball. We were always looking forward to the next sport because things were so bad. Well, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
And that's the point basketball's gotten to. It's like, God, I just can't, and people are like, thank God baseball's in a month. Thank God we don't have to talk about basketball as much anymore. That is a very, very bad sign. So again, I didn't say what I said on the show yesterday because you lost to Florida, because you're 1-3 in SEC play, or because you're 10-6 or whatever. I said it because again, it's when fans start to lose interest, and again, and you and others have asked me like, what's been the reaction to the quote unquote fire Frank Martin stuff? It's been hardly anything. And that goes to show you, again, that's not even moving the needle because Gamecocks basketball doesn't move the needle anymore. When you get to that point, again, it's just it's a change is needed for both sides. So nobody dislikes Frank. There's no vitriol to Frank. But again, the relationship has run its course. You're no good for us. We're no good for you. And again, this isn't something where you could justify to me, well, bring Frank back. He's evolving with the times. He's growing as a coach. And And that's not to say like he's a bad coach, but the game is different. The game is different. And I just don't see Frank Martin being a guy that's evolving with the times and is evolving as a head coach. I think he's just going to be who he is, which is fine. And, he's done a great job in regards to getting us out of the depths and getting us to respectability. But hey, Frank Martin is the Jake Bentley of college basketball coaches. Jake Bentley, the frustrating thing about Jake Bentley, he was good enough to get us away from going 3-9, but he just wasn't quite good enough to get us over 7-5. And it's like at some point it gets old going 7-5. It gets old watching it over and over again. So, I don't dislike Frank, but the apathy has just set in around the program. And by God, if I'm going to watch every game and cover it, especially, selfishly, I want to see this program at least. I mean, when you're not keeping your fan base interested throughout the entire duration of the season, that is again, that's a very bad sign. So, this program just needs new life. It just needs new life. You got to take a risk. And, you look at what Shane Beamer's brought to football, man. I mean, just take the season out of it. Last preseason was fun. The honeymoon phase was fun. People had hope and expectations and dreams of brighter days. And you just don't have that if you bring Frank Martin back. You just don't. So this program desperately needs a shot in the arm. And again, I hate it for Frank, but it's time. It's time.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it for him. I love the guy. I was telling you earlier, I went to almost every single game when I was a student, even when nobody was there. And you could hear him talking to the players on the bench from across the arena. And I love the guy. I love how much he loves South Carolina. But, I'd rather hire a young guy. And I'm not saying I want this guy, but like a Brian Steele type guy, definitely an up-and-coming coach, former player, young guy. I'm not saying we hire him. I think he's a little too young at this point. But somebody like him where you bring him in, and, there's a 50% chance he's a star and there's a 50% chance he's gone after 2 years. I'd rather take that chance than continue to miss the tournament every single year and have the same story over and over. So,
well, John, here's the beautiful thing with Gamecocks basketball. I mean, you're sort of playing with house money. Nobody has expectations for the program anyways. So if you hire somebody and you miss, I mean, bro, John, what do we have to lose? Nobody gives a shit anyways. So if you hire somebody and they suck, you just go get somebody else. Because, I mean, again, it's not like we have this outstanding tradition to uphold. Like, I mean, what do you have to lose in taking a risk? I mean, really, at least maybe you get some more butts in the seats. Yeah, at least maybe you get some more butts in the seats. And, this isn't a situation where it's you're trying to follow up a Steve Spurrier or a Ray Tanner. Like, I appreciate Frank Martin, but, I mean, it's not like we're going to hire a new coach and it's like, the expectations to go to the Final Four every year. It's like, dude, if you just get us, I mean, for the next coach, I'd say if you can just get us on the bubble, at that point, I will be pretty happy. Like, truly. Dude, I'd take going back to the freaking NIT at this point. At least you play in the postseason. At least there's postseason basketball. It's just, what do you have to lose? Why not?
If we don't lose games we're not supposed to lose, and if we can win a couple that we're not supposed to win, and go to the NIT the first year, I'm all on board with that. I mean,
just beat Coastal Carolina.
Every year, it's the preseason is we finally have shooters. We finally have people that can defend. This is our year. We're going to surprise some people, and then we go out and lay an egg. And it's just like over and over and over for the past at least 5 years.
It feels very Muschampish, man. It does. It feels very Muschampish, especially when I think it was going into 2020. I know COVID hit the 2020 season, whatever, but it's been a couple occasions where Frank Martin has said, these are the best shooters we've had since I've been here. And you start saying things like that, and it doesn't come to fruition. It's like, it's hard to live with that. It's just hard to live with that. So, yeah, again, it's one of those things. Like I told you earlier, my man, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse day after day, and I'm not going to, be over the top with it or anything. Because again, there's no vitriol, there's no ill will. But I think all parties can agree. We can all agree. It's time. It's time to change something. It's simply time to change something.
And I think he's a great coach in a different conference. But I think that the SEC is a hard league to coach in. And with his style, it makes it even harder. And I think he'll land on his feet somewhere else if we do move on. But, you just got to find somebody that's got the style
Cheers to that. John, appreciate you, my friend. We'll talk soon. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. And I apologize, P-Dog. I just saw your text. I would have asked John. I don't know if John's still tuned in. John, P-Dog, want to know how Mom's doing. Maybe you can get back to me, or maybe you can comment in the chat. But let's see. Nectarios Capillo says, if Muschamp made it to the playoffs, he would still be our coach. Bold take there, my guy. Bold take. Let's see. Brendan M. commented in the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord earlier, discussing the matrix today and linear algebra. Let's see. Oh, also Brendan commented a scouting report for Coach Ford for the kicker. Land of Lakes, Florida, South Lake, Daniel Lester. So if Coach Ford wants, I mean, I'm not even like trying to make fun of you, Coach Ford. I just don't know. Like, I don't know the scouting report on the kicker. So, again, the guy's a 5-star, so should be, I assume, should battle for a job. Let's see. Cody Gaskins, when should we start expecting our baseball team to hit Omaha once every 3 to 4 years? How long should we give Kingston a try and get us to that? I feel like Carolina baseball should constantly be ranked in the top 25 year in and year out. I agree, Cody. I agree. I will say this again. I'm not totally shocked we're not ranked. I'm not totally shocked that we're not ranked in the preseason top 25 for D1 baseball, and here's why. And I'm going to get these guys on the show, by the way. I'm going to get both the D1 baseball guys on the show. I've had Aaron Fitt and Kendall Rogers on before. Awesome dudes. Obviously respect their opinions and respect everything they're about. So I definitely want to hear from them and just their thoughts and expectations on Carolina baseball. I mean, listen, I think the biggest reason is this, and you bounced around the top 25 a lot last year, but you lose all 3 guys in your starting rotation, and you lose a lot of big bats, guys like Brady Allen, Wes Clark. You lost some big boppers. So I think for those reasons, I think maybe you're just on the outside looking in. I don't think you're like ranked 50th. I think you're on the outside looking in. So, and Skyland Davis says Kingston's seat is hotter than you think it is. I mean, I would disagree. I mean, how hot do you think it is? How hot should I think it is? Listen, if you miss the postseason at South Carolina, your seat's hot. But Kingston is not on the hot seat. No, listen, the pressure's always on as Salcona's head baseball coach. The pressure's always on. Okay. So he's been a baseball coach for what? Since 2018. Made a super and was a game away from Omaha. 2019, Carmen Majinski gets hurt, have a terrible year. 2020, the season didn't happen. And last year, I understand how it happened, but you hosted a regional. So, I mean, no, I think what more so it is that fans think we should go to Omaha every single year. And listen, I want to go. No, there ain't nobody that watches Carolina baseball that don't want to go. We all want to go. We all want to go. But getting to Omaha is hard. There are only 8 teams that go. Getting to Omaha is hard. And I understand Ray Tanner set the expectations. And listen, again, here's the thing. I don't have to go on some crazy rant defending Kingston and this, that, whatever, because it'll play itself out. With Carolina baseball, you either win or you don't have a job. So my expectations for Salcona baseball are this. In a decade, we'll take a decade time frame. I think making it Omaha at least 2 times. That's a realistic goal to shoot for. I think going to the Supers 5 out of 10, and then it should be an expectation, of course, at minimum make the regionals every single year. Whether you want to be hosting more often than not, but you should be in the postseason every single year, no doubt. And Skyland comments says, Booster saying if we don't make a regional, he's out. Well, Skyland, I mean, that's kind of no shit. No shit. Yeah, if you don't make a regional, yeah, there's going to be a lot of angry people in Columbia. I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. But I mean, that's a no-brainer. So I don't know. People said Kingston was on the hot seat last year. I don't know. I think people just want to dislike Mark Kingston for some reason. There's some people that do. Again, the competitive pressure, and that's a blessing. The pressure is a blessing, truly, because there's high expectations. I love it. I love that we have high expectations with Salcona baseball. I love it. So you want to be ranked, though? You want to be ranked? Take care of business against UNCG. Take care of business in the second weekend. I forget exactly who you play. Then you got Clemson and Texas back-to-back. You're going to have an opportunity. You should beat Clemson, in my opinion. Clemson baseball is trash this year from what I've heard. You should beat Clemson and then Texas. You got a chance against the number one team in the country. So, you know, it's going to be fun to watch. And then you get an SEC play, and that speaks for itself. 843-790-3377. Guys, again, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. Questions, comments, calls, and everything. We can talk Salcona basketball, baseball, whatever you like. A lot to get into. Rakeem Sprinkle says, what impact do you think Stone Blanton will have on the baseball side? Big bopper. I mean, how much does he play? I don't know, but I mean, I think he's a pretty damn good baseball player, man. Was committed to go to Mississippi State. And if you look at perfect game, their rankings of Stone Blanton, they think he's a very, very, very top prospect. So, yeah, I think he can make a huge impact for you. He won't play this year, but in the future, yeah. Let's see. No, I don't have Kingston on the hot seat. Again, for people to say, well, you know, if he misses the regionals, no shit, bro. That's every coach ever at Salcona baseball. No kidding. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. So I don't know, man. I don't really operate that way. I don't think Kingston's seat is warmer than you think. I think there's real competitive pressure at South Carolina. I think there's real competitive pressure, which again, pressure is a privilege. Thank God we have pressure. It means we have expectations, and our expectations are very high. I love that. I absolutely love that. Thank God Gamecocks baseball is a sport on campus that has expectations. I wish basketball had expectations. I wish basketball had competitive pressure. They don't. Justin Langford says Texas and the SEC could be great Salcona versus Texas matchups. Yeah, I mean, certainly. We already saw it last year. We'll see it this year. And so we'll be kind of used to it by the time they get to it. Here, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
To accept, press 1.
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. I'm sitting here eating my lunch, watching the Spurs Up show.
What you having for lunch, Robbie?
The usual, ramen noodles that are doctored up.
Love that. Ramen noodles and the Spurs Up show. What a combo, undefeated.
But I want to mention something. Remember whenever I told you like one thing that we struggled with in baseball season last year was we did not capitalize with runners on?
That's a fact. We did not hit well with runners in scoring position. You are correct.
That is, for right now, that's the only thing I want. I'm not concerned about the other stuff because I know that whoever is in charge of, getting our defense ready, I guess you could say, I'm not concerned about that because we've always had really good infielders and really good outfielders and extremely good pitching. But the main thing that I really want to see is whenever we got runners on the bags, that we get them in and score whenever they're on the base path. That's what I really want to see. And I think, like I said before, I think that they hopefully have found a way to fix it, and it stays fixed. Because if we do that this year, it could be rough. But on the other hand, one of the things that concerns me though about the baseball, one thing that, besides the base paths thing, leaving runners on, the main thing that concerns me is, I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like there was a lot of times where whenever we were up to bat, we were constantly trying to hit home runs, and we didn't just hit it where it was pitched and just get a base hit. That's one thing that I'd like to see a little bit more of, is just hit it where it's pitched and hit it where they ain't.
No doubt. Again, we got to be more productive. That's the biggest thing. You got to be more productive. Yeah, you get guys on, get them over, get them in. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, man. That was our biggest. It's no secret what the issue was last year. You hit like 220 in SEC play, so you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance if you're striking out. You got to put the ball in play and yeah, I mean, just be more productive. Bottom line, and I think we have guys that will do that. You know, I all due respect to the Wes Clarks and the Brady Allens, and those guys were incredible for us. But you just 1 through 9. You need guys who can make life tough on pitchers, and listen, the stuff's just too good to go yard on everybody. So putting the ball in play, moving station to station. If you need to drop a bunt, drop a bunt. I think that's what we're going to be much more geared towards. And, I think if we can execute, if that's what we're geared towards and we execute well, we're going to be much more productive offensively. I think there's no question. Again, I think I know for a fact they've made that a priority going in this season. I mean, we just got to swing it better because the pitching, we had an Omaha caliber pitching staff last year, but the hitting just, especially when you got into crunch time, especially when you got into crunch time, you got into postseason, you got to have guys that can battle these tough pitchers and make them work and put the baseball in play simply enough. And we just didn't have quite enough of that. So, timely hitting, great defense, great pitching, you will win a lot of games. So I think the goal is to figure out that hitting side this year.
Exactly. I agree. And as always, I will be watching our game tonight against Arkansas. I'll be watching it, hoping and praying that we win. I'm at the point now, anytime we play, I start praying as soon as the ball tips off.
Yeah. Prayer is probably what it'll take. Prayer is probably what it'll take tonight. Yeah, a lot of prayer.
Like I've said before, coaching is harder than what people think. Is harder than what people think. Like I've said before, you got to coach, you got to recruit, you got to evaluate, you got to figure out what players fit your system. But for the last several years now, Frank Martin's system has not been working. Like running over here, handing it off, running over here, handing it off. That's not working. And in the game that I watched a couple of days ago, there was too much standing around whenever we were on offense. You cannot do that whenever you're on offense. You have to move. You have to basically tire out the defense. And the defense isn't going to get tired if you're just standing there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And in the game last week, we missed way too many high percentage shots. I mean, like I've said before, I've seen us miss shots that I could make for crying out loud if no one's in the way. But usually if someone's in the way, I try to pass it and get rid of it because I'm short, so I'd probably get my shot blocked most likely. But I just, I'm to the point now I'll watch it, but I'm starting to, I noticed, I feel like the players, once it gets to a certain point and we're down by a certain amount of points, they just give up, and the keep fighting demeanor just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And in any sport, it doesn't matter what it is. If it was me, if I was look, I don't care how many points we get down by. The game's not over till it's over. Okay, the women's team almost lost to Arkansas, and at one point in the third quarter, we were up by 20, and I leave to go to the kitchen to check on my lunch, and then next thing you know, we're only down 5. We're only up 5, and I was like, good Lord, this isn't good. Just keep fighting. Even if we're up by 20, don't give them any room to. It's say tonight, by some miracle of the good Lord, we're up by 20 tonight, right? I would literally tell that team, I would tell our team, don't let them breathe. Do not let them breathe. Suffocate them. I want to know what kind of lunch they had before the game. I want to know what they had for breakfast. I want to know what kind of toothpaste they use. I want to know. Get in their face, stay in their face. Try not to foul, because we've had that problem too the last few weeks, is foul trouble. We've had good players being in foul trouble. And you cannot have, especially if it's a big guy. If it's a big guy in foul trouble, you got problems. That's not good. Because then the link goes away, and then you're screwed for a few minutes, and then the team you're playing against could go on a run because that specific player is sitting on the bench because he's got 3 fouls. That cannot happen tonight. If that does not happen tonight, I truly think we could win. Am I expecting us to win? No.
Do you have a score prediction, Robbie? Do you have a score prediction?
If we play like I think we can, I got us winning 75-70. But if we don't, I got us losing by double digits, by like 12, maybe 10, maybe. I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, I've said it before. I said it again. Robbie for the next basketball coach. Maybe we can find out what Arkansas is having for breakfast and lunch.
I'll do it. Don't think I won't. I'll do it. Like I said, I'll do it. I don't care.
Robbie, P-Dawk is demanding you make one prediction and lock it in. So are you willing to go on record making one prediction and locking it in?
For the game tonight?
Yes. He wants one prediction.
One prediction. Okay. I can't believe I'm fixing to say this, but the score I just said, but the other way around. Arkansas 75, South Carolina 70.
Well, Robbie, I actually tip my cap and commend you for not picking the Gamecocks to win. So kudos to you. I'm locked in. I got Arkansas beating our ass 84-71. So who knows? I would take 75-70 at this point.
Oh, and before I forget, shout out to Lance Player, because he sent me a friend request on Facebook a couple days ago.
Shout out to the king of Bush Lattes himself. God, I hope Lance is in here. Love that. Robbie, we're going to jump to a break. Always a pleasure, my friend. We'll all be watching tonight.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you calling in. Great stuff. 843-790-3376. So Robbie Davis is locked in, picking Arkansas, which I actually give him full credit. I did not expect that. So did not expect that. Brian Dean's got Salcona winning 73-64. Salcona winning. Brian, is that what you hope will happen or what you think will happen? Brian Lattimore's got Arkansas 72-66. P-Dawk has Arkansas getting the dub. 77-61. P-Dawk also says, we are shit. Frank is done and the team is dead. I don't totally disagree with any of that analysis. Again, I've got 84-71 Arkansas. I just don't think we'll be able to keep up. And, yeah, I just, at this point, guys, I don't think we're very good. I don't think there's a lot of hope for the season. We're 12.5. In case you missed it, we're 12.5 point underdogs. So it's crazy that I picked, I record the show the day before, obviously. I picked 84-71, and sure enough, that spread is right on the number for that game tonight. So I don't think Arkansas is a great team by any means, but they've won 2 in a row. We've lost 2 in a row. To think we're going to go into Bud Walton Arena and get the dub, I don't see it. I don't personally see it. So yeah, but we'll see. Who knows? Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Hey, we can talk basketball. We're 1 month away from opening day. We can talk some yard cocks as well. Whatever you like here on this Tuesday. More your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All righty, we are back. 843-790-3377. That is the number. We are taking your questions, your comments, and your calls. Great mail day today here at the Content Creation Factory. Just went downstairs and checked the mail, and the Beamer Rattler flag has officially arrived, and I can tell you folks, it is fire. So again, if you want to get yourself one, I'll tell you this, the quality's fantastic. If you want to get yourself one, tsus.store. That's tsus.store, where you can find yours today. Also, guys, all of the baseball merch, I'm going to start pushing that again today. You'll see we're rocking the Road to Omaha Runs Through Columbia merch. I got the Rowdy Roosters hat on. For all your baseball merch, opening day is just a month away. Be sure to go to tsus.store. There's plenty of promo codes to use now, by the way. I'm also probably going to run a sale later today using the promo code opening day. So again, you want to make sure you get your merchandise before opening day. Awesome stuff. Also going to be pushing the Clem Sucks merch for the Clemson series. We're going to have some very special merchandise for the Texas series as well. Really, really looking forward to that. Again, guys, I want to hear from you, your questions, your comments, your calls. Let's see here. Brian Lattimore thinks we cover, but still get another L. Let's see. P-Dog, what SEC program have we shown we are capable of beating that remains on the schedule? I think we could beat Georgia. I mean, listen, I think that this is a Frank Martin team. So we're going to win a game or two we have no business in winning, and we're going to, lose a lot of games that we have no business in probably losing. So I don't know. I don't know, man. SEC Football Tube says, no life into the men's basketball program. Just bring on the Yardcocks already. Them and women's basketball can help keep me happy. I mean, yeah, and that's the sad part. SEC Football Tube, nobody disagrees with you. Nobody disagrees with you. It's just like, just end it now. You just end it now. So Gary Barlow says, as a game day coach, Martin is the polar opposite of Beamer. His negativity and berating the players has become a joke. Yeah, listen, you just can't coach that way and have that style and not win and survive. You just can't do it. Noah John says, I've got Arkansas by 17, 83-66. Yeah, I think that's about right. P-Dog says, it sure sucks that we don't have a basketball team worth a shit. I have nothing to look forward to because baseball is a whole month away. Brian Lattimore asked in the TDC Questions channel, you ever consider doing custom towels like they give out at the football games? Yes, Brian, I have. I do not have them yet. I actually considered that last football season. It was just something I did not get around to. But, yes, I love the idea, Brian. I love the idea. Hey, trust me, this will be a very busy summer for yours truly in regards to getting merchandise ready. I don't keep inventory on hand, at least of all of our merchandise, but there will definitely be certain things where I think it's a no-brainer. Like, I think Beamer Ball towels are an absolute no-brainer. There's other logos, maybe the Beamer Rattler stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity there, man. I'm very excited for it. There's a lot of opportunity there. So really, really pumped. Really pumped, yep. But again, tsus.store, guys. tsus.store, where you can find all that. I wish that my vendor had. They have like beach towels. They don't have they don't have like any small towels. So Courtney Washington says, we never beat SEC teams anyway in basketball. I mean, Courtney, and listen, I think Courtney's the most staunch Frank Martin defender there is. Even Courtney's done with it. Somebody asked a football question earlier that I think I missed. Big Creek 61. He said, I know y'all talking baseball, but I got one question about football. Are both of the freshman quarterbacks on campus, and is Doty out for spring? It sounds like Doty is going to be limited for sure. I don't know if that means what exactly that means. I believe Bailey and Davis, yes, will both be here for spring, yes. So, yep. And, of course, Spencer Rattler will be here also. So we should have everybody here. Yeah, guys, it's just crazy. I just tweeted this, too, over the break, that baseball season's just around the corner when the Mark Kingston hot seat talks start popping back up. I mean, it's like death taxes and baseball fans calling for Mark Kingston's job. I had a guy on Instagram. We're not ranked in the preseason top 25, and I get it, guys. I get it. It's frustrating. I get it. It's annoying. somebody commented about how about all the guys that left? That shows that the program, this, that. Look at all the guys that have transferred out, whatever. How many of those guys that transferred were playing? I mean, I can think off the top of my head. And there were some that, I wish were still here. I'll call it for what it is. There are some that I wish were still here. But, Magcotto went to Kentucky. Why'd he go? I don't know. He didn't pitch a lot. Brandon Fields didn't play. I liked Brennan Malone a lot, but wasn't productive. Jeff Heinrich, a 200 hitter. What was the other kid? Michael, the third baseman. Whatever there weren't guys. It's not like you lost a bunch of studs to transfer. Like most of these guys either didn't play or didn't play very well. I mean, let's call it for what it is. So, I mean, it's that to me is crazy to look at the transfer. Oh, look who transferred. Listen, the transfer portal is a huge thing in baseball. You can ask me, you can ask P-Dog, you can ask anybody who's played the game. People transfer, man. There's too many schools you can go play at to sit at a school and not play. It's pointless. It's stupid. And baseball is not like football where you need to play at a high level to really have a shot to get drafted. You can play at JUCO and get drafted to the major, to the big leagues, to the pro level if you're good enough. If you're good enough, you'll get seen. And there's plenty of showcases. There's plenty of this, that, whatever. You don't have to play at an SEC school. Brennan Malone is at Oregon, believe it or not. Yeah, Brennan Malone. I need to text his dad. I haven't talked to him in quite a while. Brennan Malone is at Oregon. Yep, Oregon. So I'll be very curious to see how he fares out there. I mean, Brennan Malone in 2 seasons at Carolina hit .209 with 3 homers and 10 ribbies. I mean, I hated it because I really thought he had potential to be a big-time dude for us. I really, really did. But, stuff happens, man. Stuff happens, and, it is what it is. So, obviously we wish him best of luck and hope he balls out for them. Truly, hope he balls out for him. Name a harder fall off than Noah Myers. Yeah, Noah definitely fell off. I mean, I think, though, that for Noah, the emergence of Josiah Seitler in the outfield, Braylon Wimmer in the outfield. I mean, then you had Brady and you had Eister. There was just nowhere for him to go. So it happens, man. There's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of great players at South Carolina, and sometimes you just get beat out for a job, and that's it. So, Austin Greer, is Salcona the second worst SEC program in terms of recent success across all men's sports, either us, Mizzou, or Vandy? I mean, I don't know, Austin. I'd have to sit down and look at all the sports. I mean, again, we just won a bowl game in football. We were hosting a regional last year in baseball. I know basketball sucks, but I feel like it could be worse. Let's jump to the phone lines.
To accept.
Scotty, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. What's up?
Man, I hate to ruin the parade, but I haven't been paying attention lately. To Daily Crow podcast, been busy, school racking up on me and stuff like that. But I was gonna pop my head in here since we got a crap ton of snow up here in the upstate. Hope you're staying safe in Columbia. I don't know how much y'all got.
We got zero, absolutely zero. We got some rain.
Yeah, I tell you what, being in Bowling Springs, this is the most snow I've seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
But I will say this. Hopefully I do not get a lot of hate from everybody in the comments when I do say this. But as you know, Dylan Thompson's my cousin. His high school coach had passed away about a week ago. So they had the funeral on Saturday, and his dad runs a basketball league that I ref in. And I get there, and 5 minutes of being there, you won't believe who walks in the door. And it's Mr. 2 and 10 of Colin Hill walks in the door. And, I'm sitting there. It's kind of cool just because, I'm getting to hang out with Colin Hill for the day. Great guy, by the way, terrible quarterback. But got to talking with Colin for a while. And I asked him if he was close with any of the players that are still there that he talks to, regularly. He said that him and Luke are really close. And I had to ask, just had to be the nosy 18-year-old Gamecock fan. And I was like, or did he ever tell you or talk to you about this, but do you think he was still hurt when he came back for the Kentucky game? And Colin honestly said that Luke was still bothering him. And I don't know if that's him coming back too soon and made the injury worse when he got hurt again or whatnot. But he also did say, and I know that there's been a lot of speculation around this, but Luke is not going anywhere according to Colin Hill and according to Luke talking to Colin Hill. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So that is exciting news that Luke is going to stay. So I think that's pretty cool news.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't shock me. I mean, I think from everything I had heard that Luke is all Gamecock, and, you know, he wants to be here. He's kind of like a guy like DeCarrion Joyner. I think he just wants to help the Gamecocks in any way, and that doesn't totally shock me. I'll be honest, the other thing doesn't shock me either, that he was hurt when he came back. I think that was apparent, and that's something I said a lot, is that, you know, Luke Doty didn't play a single snap healthy. So, you know,
Yep.
it is what it is. You know, he was called upon, and I understand he didn't want to let his team down and all that, but yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. But no, I'm glad Luke Doty's here to stay as well. I think he can help this football team. Again, you just got to come up with a game plan for him.
Oh, for sure. But I will say this: if you don't mind, I'm gonna switch to all three of the big sports.
Mm-hmm.
But like going to basketball, can't sit here and say that I watch Carolina basketball every time they play in. But I will say this: being a basketball player, and everybody saying Frank Martin's on the hot seat, which I completely understand. Here's the thing with basketball that I'm pretty sure everybody listening to this does know. As you've seen in March Madness, anybody can beat anybody. It's not, I mean, some days your shots fall, some days your shots don't. I've been there several times.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, you got to have a coach that can plan around his system and the players that he's got. It's the same thing with any other sport. Now, if Frank Martin's not doing that, go ahead, take a shot. But at the same time, if we just have players going through slumps and it's not working right now, you got to give it to the hot hand. And that don't matter. It could be the last guy on the bench. It could be the first person on the bench. It could be a starter. Whoever's got the hot hand, you got to give it to them. You got to let them go out and show what they've got. And being in the SEC in basketball is definitely difficult. I mean, that's the SEC in any sport. But as far as the coaching part of it, I mean, basketball is, and maybe I'm biased because I do play basketball, but it's got to be one of the hardest sports to coach, because you got to think, you got to be quick on your feet. You got as many plays, almost as many plays as football. And football, you've got a whole entire possession of maybe, 4 to 7 plus minutes to where you can think of your game plan going into your next possession. In basketball, you got 24 seconds. And so it's difficult to sit there and think quick on your feet for the best play or the best who you want the ball to go to, stuff like that. Like, it is difficult. But I mean, that comes with the price of being a basketball coach, especially at South Carolina and especially in the SEC. And if Frank Martin's not getting the job done, then you can kiss my toe goodbye respectfully.
I mean, he's getting paid millions of dollars to do it. I mean, let's call it for what it is. He is coaching a sport that, I mean, dude, I listen, I got plenty of respect for guys who are head coaches and all that, but it's not rocket science, man. You're coaching a sport, you know, bottom line. He's getting paid a lot of money to do it. I know there's challenges. I know there's pressure. I know people call for your job, and everybody's a couch coach and tells you this, tells you that, but, man, you get paid handsomely to deal with it. So if you don't want to do it, you know, that's a whole other side to it. But, you know, nobody dislikes Frank, but the bottom line is the job just ain't getting done. That's it. And, again, as I've said before, and I'm sure you heard me say, that the X's and O's and and losing a game to Florida like that. That's not even the biggest issue. I mean, it's what produces what I'm about to say, but it's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is nobody cares anymore. As you just said, you don't watch the games. Nobody's the amount of Gamecock fans that have told me they don't even watch basketball is astounding. Truly. It makes me wonder, why am I watching it? Why am I covering it? I mean, it's just like nobody watches. Nobody watches. Outside of the diehards that would watch every game if we lost every single one of them by 50. But nobody's, it's just your program needs new life desperately. It needs new life. It needs a shot in the arm. I mean, so.
But off the depressing topic, how about baseball in 30 days away? Man, I'm stoked.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped for baseball. I mean, again, I'll be at every single one of those. So I'm pumped for baseball and excited for this team and just happy to be talking baseball again, honestly, because if we just had to talk basketball for another month or so, I think we'd all go kind of insane. But, no, I mean, I'm pumped. Yeah. I'm pumped for the Yardcocks. So,
man, I tell you one thing. I mean, I know you were talking about it like very early in the show, but I'd much rather have a guy like I don't know if most people will kind of understand what I'm saying here, so I'll explain it a little bit. I'd much rather have a guy or like Kyle Hendricks over a guy like Aroldis Chapman. And the reason I say that is Kyle Hendricks, his fastball is about 91, 92, but his movement on his secondary pitches and his fastball was absolutely insane. Like, he would go up there, he would make the best hitter in baseball look stupid dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Aroldis Chapman who would try to blow it by everybody, but there's not much movement on it. You see it a lot, you're going to hit it a lot. But I will tell you this, I'm excited. Last year we had a lot of power, not a lot of contact. The hits will come. The power is going to come to you. Put the ball in play, that's what you're more worried about. Get on base. Got to move runners around. And that's what I am excited for. It seems like there's a lot of small ball talk, which that's what small ball is. You're looking to put the ball in play and move runners on base and score. So I can't wait to see how that pans out this year. I know that there is a lot of hope, a lot of hype in the upcoming season. But I've said it before with football, don't get too high if you can't, and don't get too low. You got to stay at that medium. Get high, but don't get like you are with basketball when we start losing, 2 to 3 games here and there. If that makes sense.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Scotty, always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you calling in.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Good stuff. No, I get what he's saying. We saw it so often. It's funny, man. Baseball fans are something else. And I understand. I understand the expectations around kind of baseball are extremely high. And that's one of the reasons I love Gamecocks baseball is because the expectations are so high. But it's not in your best interest as a fan. We lose one series and it's just, fire Kingston. Because it was so funny to watch people last year. We went 2-8 in those game ones in SEC play. We went 2-8. And I would see people say on a Friday night or after a game one, fire Kingston. Well, then we would go win the next 2. And those people were nowhere to be found until the following weekend when we inevitably lost game 1 yet again. So it's wise to just let a weekend play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. Because you look foolish when you're calling people's jobs. And listen, there's so many games in baseball. You're going to lose games. I mean, you are going to lose games. There's no question. You're going to lose games. So you're absolutely going to lose games. Let's see. We got a text here. Somebody says, just seen where Dabo and Clem Sucks hit the portal to bring back quarterback Hunter Johnson. Glad we have an aggressive recruiter, someone who thinks outside the box, and Coach Beamer very well deserving a first-year Coach of the Year award, ready for spring football and baseball season. Go Cox. Yeah, by the way, congrats to Shane Beamer winning the first year, which I'll say this, though. The fact there was a co-winner, like what? Here's my thing. Why even give out an award if there's co-winners? And it's different. I understand the SEC Players of the Week. They do this. That doesn't really bother me because that's like a weekly thing. But if you're going to hand out an award, like, why not just pick a winner? Like, It's so there were 3 candidates and 2 of them won. Makes no sense to me. Either way, though, congrats to Shane Beamer. Really, really cool stuff. Again, guys, we are taking your questions, comments, calls. Quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Episode 579 of the Spurs Up Show. Episode 579, talking Gamecocks basketball game tonight at Arkansas, as well as baseball content's back. Baseball content is here. We are talking starting pitchers heading into opening day. Full breakdown, key losses, who's back, best overall, most approved, season will be successful if, overall grade, all that good stuff. We're going to do it Tuesday and Thursday of each and every single week. So today's show, again, starting pitchers. This Thursday, we will talk relievers, and then we'll get into our position players next week. So, again, really, really excited. Really excited. You guys know I love it, man. I love baseball. Absolutely love it. There's nothing better than – I say this, there's nothing better than college baseball season. It's incredible. It's a blast. And you guys check out the merch, too, again, tsus.store. We got tons of baseball merch, tsus.store. And, of course, still we've got all of our Beamer Ball, Beamer Rattler, QB1, all that good stuff. So check that out. Adam Ritter says, Panic Ritter is watching Frank very closely. Panic Ritter, it's what is there to panic about, Ritter? It's over. It's over. Frank Martin is over. It is. It's over. Barring some massive turnaround, the Frank Martin era is over. I don't know that Panic Ritter has anything to panic about. And Ritter, we're picked to lose. We're expected to lose. I don't know that you have much to panic about. Let's see. Pete Hawks says, see Philly, I earned my top fan badge on Facebook. Attaboy. SC Football 2 says, baseball is a beautiful sport. The only sport where Mercer could really beat Alabama. All you got to do is hit a ball and the rest speaks for itself. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, right? Austin Greer, the Barstool Sportsbook or somewhere out there might have college baseball where you can bet on it. I don't know, though. I don't know. Anyways, guys, great Tuesday to have a Tuesday. Again, it is game day. Very excited to chat with you all here on this Tuesday, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls. 843-790-3377. Like I said, guys, I'm locked on the game tonight. I've got Arkansas getting the dub 84-71. Razorbacks are a 12.5-point favorite. Just do not – I don't know, man. I don't have – I don't have a lot of hope, man, when it comes to Salcona basketball at this point. I think you could beat maybe the Georgias of the world, and you could beat Vanderbilt again. But realistically, I picked you to go 6-12 in SEC play before the season. I'd be damned. I think 6-12 could be pretty damn close. I'll be honest with you. I think 6-12 could be pretty damn close. So. Let's see. Again, guys, want to hear from you. Shane Beamer winning the first-year Coach of the Year award. Let's see. Again, content bleeding out the eyeballs. We got so many graphics and all that videos lined up. Really excited for it, man. Really, really excited for it. D says, what are your thoughts on bringing Rick Pitino in from Iona? I'd love it. Personally, I'd love it. I'd love it. There's no honor in being a college basketball coach. You either cheat and win or you don't, and you get fired like Frank Martin. So, there's no You don't get a badge for winning clean. You don't get a badge for doing it the right way. The bottom line is to win. I just want basketball to be fun and interesting again. I don't care how it happens. Pete Hawk says, I'd bet my bank account on the USC money line opening game. Yeah, Will Sanders is going to shove. Let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, guys, again, we're continuing to take your questions, your comments, your calls. I do want to hear from you, Gamecocks basketball, baseball, whatever you like here on this Tuesday, January the 18th. We officially hit 1:15 p.m. We're going to jump into a break. Again, more of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. On the other side, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All righty, we are back here on a Tuesday, January the 18th, 2022, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Will says, rewriting my question, why did the UConn women's game versus the Gamecocks get changed to 6 p.m.? Was it an ESPN thing? Seems like the later start time would have allowed us more fans. I will have no idea. I would have to imagine it's a TV thing. I don't think South Carolina would make it tougher on its fans to come to that game. Got to imagine it was a TV thing. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Again, I'd have to imagine it was ESPN. Aaron Thompson, if Carolina would have beaten Florida Saturday, are we still having this conversation regarding, I'm assuming you're talking regarding Frank Martin. We're not. We're probably not, but I think it would have just been delaying the inevitable. Again, I said it in the preseason, guys. If you didn't make the tournament this year, it was time to probably go a different direction. So, no, I mean, dude, listen, winning cures all, Aaron. Winning cures all. But if you got to the same end result anyways, you're going to eventually have the conversation. You're eventually going to have the conversation. And the bottom line is this, you didn't win. So there's no point in playing the hypothetical. You didn't win. P-Dawk, is Shane already our gem of a coach and our favorite outside of Dawn, obviously? I mean, I think right now, yes. I don't think anybody's going to put Martin or Kingston ahead of Shane Beamer. So let's see. Austin Greer says college basketball is fun to watch when you're good, but when you're bad, it's worse to watch than amateur field hockey. It's watching bad basketball is it's not fun. It's not fun to say the least. That is very true. SC Football 2 beer ball to the freaking Mars. Moon is not high enough. Tennessee fans can suck it. Couldn't even win their bowl game. Tennessee fans can confirm suck it. John Gibbs says, by the way, breaking news, Muschamp still sucks. No doubt. SC Football 2, TSUS baseball season's the best. Of course, I love football season on TSUS, but there's something about baseball. I agree. You know, people ask me what my favorite to cover is. And, I mean, dude, football's football. Football's king. The madness and the pandemonium around football. And, you know, it speaks for itself. But, you know, for yours truly, I love baseball. I'm a baseball guy. And so, you know, covering baseball is really special to me. Something I don't take for granted. The fact I get to go to every single game and go out to Founders Park. And, I mean, guys, believe it or not, this season will be yet another first for TSUS. This season will be another first for yours truly because you think about it. Again, got here in, let's see. Jeff Golage asking somebody to Venmo him something. I don't know. I got kind of sidetracked there. I got here in August of 2019. And so my first baseball season doing TSUS full-time was 2020. Well, we all know what happened. COVID completely wiped away that year, basically. And then last year was my first full season covering baseball, doing TSUS full-time. But even that season, we had 20% fans until like the last series of the year. So, I mean, this season, you think about it, this is the first full baseball season where it will be normal at Founders Park in regards to crowd and capacity, and everything will be normal. First season for us, first full season. So I can't tell you guys how excited I am. Absolutely thrilled, man. It's going to be a blast. I mean, we thought last season was fun, and it was a blast. This season's going to be incredible. I cannot wait. And guys, again, I've said it before. I've said it again. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I am very confident going on record that there's nobody that can touch our baseball coverage. There's nobody that can cover Carolina baseball the way that I do. So very excited to do that yet again this year. Caleb Dixon. The Rowdy Roosters indeed, my friend. The Rowdy Roosters are back. You see the hat. The Rowdy Roosters are back. SC Football 2. I liked baseball and was diehard since I was 4. I didn't really get diehard about football since like 7. I hear you. Pete Hawk says Patino's not a Ray Tanner type hire, though. He will take less of a coach if it means no character issues. That's why I was almost so shocked we brought Spencer Rattler in, because that's just not normally the Gamecock thing to do, is to take a risk and do something flashy and make a splash. And so I'm so glad we did that. Aaron Thompson, does your break music play on a loop at the Seawells tailgate? You know, it should. It really actually should. We should do that. Great suggestion, Aaron. Great suggestion. Scavenger 843, great Tuesday to have a Tuesday unless you're a Razorback. Hope everyone's doing well. You know, Scavenger, I wish I could say that with confidence that it was a bad night to be a Razorback. I'll say it. I'll say it. But it feels a bit empty. Feels a little bit empty. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. P-Dawk, have the single game tickets for opening weekend gone on sale yet? I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know when individual tickets go on sale. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just ready for Gamecocks baseball to release the freaking scrimmage schedule. Like, come on, man. We need the scrimmage schedule. What's going on? Oh, John's saying the 21st is when they go on sale, the 21st. SC Baltimore, I can't wait. I honestly think this team can reach the Supers. We lost a lot. We also have a lot of talent. Yeah, I mean, I think so, too. I think we're capable of that. Questions have got to be answered, but I think certainly we're capable of that. Again, guys, you know, goes without saying I'm fired up for baseball. You know, and I say this without, you know, I don't know. I say this with no disrespect to any other content creators out there or anybody else that covers Gamecocks baseball because there's so many out there that do a fantastic job. But again, nobody covers Salcona baseball the way we do. And I'm confident in saying that. I'm extremely confident in saying that. If that bothers somebody, so be it. But, yeah, I really feel like baseball season is where we separate ourselves. I really feel like baseball season is where the Spurs Up show separates itself. That's where we separate ourselves. So I can't wait. Cannot wait. Let's see. John Gibbs got my Friday night in Cedar Park tickets for Clem. Sucks. Should take both of those games because we don't play well up there for some reason. John, yeah, I'll be at both as well. SC Football 2, my favorite baseball show of yours was the show when the Gamecocks took the series against Clemson. I love listening to that. Here's hoping you get to make that again. But this time we're going to sweep. Yeah, I was fired up. I was fired. I tell you, man, that Sunday game against Clemson last year when we clinched the series and Eister walked it off again, I'll tell you, I might go back. That was a fantastic baseball game. Like, that was an incredible baseball game. So, let's see. Jeff, I know we keep talking this year will be more small ball, but do we have heavy hitters too? Yeah, listen, I think we've talked a lot of small ball and that we're going to be more productive, but I think certainly, Jeff, we're still going to have guys who, you know, have the ability to go yard. No doubt. We're definitely still going to have those guys. Let's see. But yeah, Jeff, no, I mean, listen, playing at Founders Park, you're still going to use the home run. There's no question. Yeah, and again, I appreciate that SC football too. Again, you know, I appreciate that. Again, it's there's a lot of people out there that do a great job covering Gamecocks baseball, but that's really for me, man. I feel like I come alive during baseball season. Man. It's an absolute blast. But again, guys, listen to the podcast that dropped today. We are talking baseball yet again as we're just 1 month away from opening day. Beginning today, our position unit preview series talking Salcona starting pitchers on the podcast. And again, I break down key losses, key returners, best overall, most approved, you know, overall grade, much more from there as well. And again, guys, I'm very excited for this Gamecock starting rotation because I think you could argue the starting rotation this season, at least the 1-2 punch of Sanders and Bosnick, could be even better than what you had a year ago. And again, it has to be, right? Because you can't afford to go 2-8 in game ones in SEC play. You think back to last year. I mean, it's a minor miracle that you went 16-14 in the conference, going 2-8 in SEC Game 1. So I think Will Sanders should be able to help you with that. He's ready to flourish, take over that role. And then, of course, Julian Bosnick. The big question will be for him, and the reason he has the most to prove for me is was fantastic out of the bullpen, a little bit shaky as a starter. If he can really embrace that starter role and flourish in that role, again, that 1-2 punch of Sanders and Bosnick going to give you a fantastic chance to win each and every single weekend. So really excited to watch those guys duel. And then again, I think the Sunday spot, I think it'll work itself out. You got plenty of options, you got plenty of arms, but yeah, I think your starting pitching looks pretty good. I really do. I think Will Sanders is going to be an absolute stud. I think he's going to be one of the best Friday night guys in the SEC. And again, Bosnick was basically unhittable last year. So you got a lot, I think, to be optimistic about. And I'll tell you this, I graded him a B+, but I think the ceiling for this group, is very, very high. And we're talking about a pair of guys. I know Sanders isn't draft eligible yet. I mean, we're talking about a guy that when Will Sanders that could be, after his junior season, first couple of rounds taken in the draft. And then Bosnick, I mean, I think he's definitely a top 10 rounds guy, no question. So very excited. Corey Gardner asked, do you think we go to a true Sunday starter or try several guys? You know, I'm not a Johnny Holstaff kind of guy. Like, I like to pick a Sunday starter. And I'll tell you this too, you know, somebody asked about, oh my God, like we don't have a Sunday starter. You know, how are we going to manage? You know, there's a lot of teams that go through that. So, and correction, SC Football 2, Stone Blanton is not playing this season. Stone Blanton is playing his senior season of baseball. He will not be on campus until late this summer. So, but no, I think we got between guys Michael Esposito and Noah Hall, and there's a couple of others. I think that somebody's going to win that Sunday role. No question. So, no, I don't think we'll do the whole. But you know, if you get to a point where you know you feel like your best interest is to have like an opener, if you will, where he throws 2 innings or 3 innings, and then you just kind of go by committee. If they feel like that's the best way to approach it, so be it. But I don't think that will be. I don't think that'll be the best way to. I'm not a fan of that. I like having just a Sunday guy. So, but it'll be interesting to see who wins that spot. Cody Gaskins asked, Wes Clark interview coming anytime soon. We're working on it. We are working on it. Jeff says, I'm getting excited for the season. You're going to be keeping me updated being here in Texas. I don't get much coverage. Jeff, I got you. And hey, I would say this, Jeff, I tweet a lot during the games. So if you don't follow us on Twitter, you're definitely going to want to, just simply for that. I tweet a lot during the baseball game. So you'll definitely, if you need help keeping up with like score and stuff, that's a great place to do that. So great place to do that. Let's see. Somebody says, I would rather watch a backyard game of horse right now than the men's basketball team. I support Robbie Davis for coach in 2023. Get the merch ready. Love that. Fire up the merch. Robbie Davis merch. Davis for head coach. Robbie Davis for head coach. Love that. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. You know what's the funniest thing, guys? It's a total side note. But it's so funny when there are people, and I talked about this on my own personal social media channels, but it's so funny people out there that they will troll you in the DMs or try to. They will talk shit. They will comment negative shit. They will say this. They'll say that. And then they'll hit you up. Oh, let me be a brand ambassador, man. Let me help you sell merch. Like, bro, get out of my face, bro. Like, it's just funny how people will. I don't know. It's funny how people will do that. That's all I'll say. Just kind of a side note. It's funny how people will do that. John Gibbs says, I forgot his name, but do you think Will Sanders will resemble the guy who started for us, I believe, in 2019 or 2018? Tall guy who threw 98 consistently. Yeah, you're talking about Cody Morris. Talking about Cody Morris. I mean, he could. He could. I mean, again, Sanders is a big, lanky right-hander who throws absolute fuzz. So, you know, maybe so. Maybe so. I think Will Sanders, man, is going to take over the SEC. I think he's going to be a fantastic player. I think he's a bona fide ace. I think he's a legitimate game one guy. And you got to have that guy, man, in the SEC. I know that sounds obvious, but you got to have that guy. You got to have that big-time guy. I want to see him really take over that role because, you know, I talked about guys last season, right? I talked about last season. What was one of the things you had to do coming into this year? And having a legitimate ace week after week was one of them. Now, that's no disrespect to Thomas Farr and what he did for you a year ago, but, you know, you went 2-8 in game ones, and I just thought week to week he was a little too inconsistent. You know, as the game one starter, you're setting the tone. You're setting the tone. And so if you're going out there walking guys and you're all over the place, and, you know, it makes it very tough on you in the weekend. So having that dude, you're going to have to win games in game ones 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, if you will. You got to go out there and duel somebody else because in the SEC, you're facing a guy on the other side who's a big-time, legitimate professional guy. Like it's, you know, it's the best of the best. It's the best baseball in college baseball. So I think Will Sanders can be that guy for you. I think he can set the tone. I think he's got the moxie. He's got the build. He's got all the ability in the world. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him toe the rubber and do the damn thing for the Yard Cocks. I think he's going to have – he's set up, in my opinion, to have an incredible year for South Carolina. Let's see, guys. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Oh, you were talking about Adam Hill. Okay, Adam Hill. Well, Adam Hill, Cody Morris are both on those starting rotations. Yeah, no, Adam Hill was filthy. Adam Hill was filthy. SC Football Tube, you can be anywhere. To be the brand ambassador stuff, you can be anywhere. And again, I've gotten so many emails for that. So again, I'm going through those now, but you can actually live anywhere. I mean, all it really is the brand ambassador thing. If you're willing to push the merch and push the content, I'll give you your own promo code. It'll be 10% off. And then when people use that promo code, you'll get a cut of those merch sales. So just a way to give back to people who really want to push the merchandise and everything we're doing. So Cody Gaskins, I'd have to check on how the guys are doing that got drafted. I'm not 110% sure, to be honest with you. Not 110% sure. Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, Aaron Thompson makes the point. 2-8 on Fridays. The SEC has studs on Fridays. They do. Again, you're facing the best of the best week after week. So, again, though, I liked Thomas Farr last year. He had that Friday night stuff. I just think at times he was a little bit too inconsistent. So, you know, I really want to see Will Sanders embrace that role of, you know, as a pitcher, it's not you versus the other pitcher. It's you against the lineup. But in a way, on a Friday night, it is sort of you against that pitcher. Sometimes you got to go out-duel a guy. That's it. Sometimes you just simply have got to take the baseball, shove it up their ass, and go out-duel a guy. That's it. That's it. So I think Will Sanders can be that guy for you. Again, he's got the stuff. He's got the moxie. He showed it last year. He's a big-time, legitimate dude, and I think he will be a dude for you. I think he will. So I'm excited. I'm excited for him. And Travi, you're correct. Now listen, Travi, I defended Farr more than anybody last year. We didn't give many runs for it. You got to score runs too. You got to be more productive. Offense has got to hold up there into the bargain. I totally agree with you. Guys, we're going to jump into our final break. I want to hear more from you, though. Your questions, your comments. Hey, we can talk baseball, basketball, whatever you like here on this Tuesday. Final break of the day. Questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. Lively crowd here on this Tuesday. Folks, appreciate you all tuning in. A couple quick reminders. In case you missed it, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 579. Full breakdown of the game tonight as the Gamecocks take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And then, of course, like I said, 1 month away from opening day. In case you missed it, the countdown to first pitch is on. We'll be dropping that every single morning as we count down the days to opening day. And then, of course, the baseball content is officially back. We talk Gamecock starting pitchers today on the show as I begin my 2022 Yardcocks Position Unit Preview Series. So, really exciting times, man. Again, content bleeding out the eyeballs. Love this time of year, man. Absolutely love this time of year. But again, I want to continue to hear from you. Aaron Thompson says the break music keeps speeding up and slowing down. Aaron, maybe it's your stream, my guy. I don't know why. Maybe it's your stream. John Gibbs says what I want to see is us cutting down the walks. With that being said, everyone can say that, but with our caliber players and program, we should not have a lot of walks. I think if Farr cut down heavily in his walks, he is way more dominant than he was. I mean, yeah, when he got in trouble, that was his problem. When he got in trouble, that was his problem. When he could locate, he was as good as anybody. And Farr had a good year last year. Let's not, I wasn't trying to come at Thomas Farr. We've got to hit better, and there's no question. We got to hit better. There's no doubt. So we definitely got to hit better. But, yeah, certainly, man. I mean, listen, these SEC teams and these lineups are too good to give away free passes. They're just way too good. So, yeah, definitely cutting down the walks. But, walks are going to happen, man. It's baseball. You're going to walk guys. It's just limiting them as much as possible. But you are going to walk guys. It happens, man. It happens. But I agree with you, keeping them down. A guy like a Will Sanders. Again, the only thing that can really stop Will is losing control. So no doubt. I'm excited, though, man. I'm really, really excited for this team, this starting rotation, these starting pitchers, if you will. And, of course, that's what we're talking about today on the podcast. But we'll talk relievers Thursday. I'm pumped for this team. I am. I'm pumped for this team. Again, there's a lot of questions to be answered. No doubt there's a lot of questions to be answered. But very excited for this group. Very excited for this group. Again, guys, I want to continue to hear from you, 843-790-3377. Outside of that, nothing really earth-shattering going on. Shane Beamer tweeting this morning. He's out on the road recruiting. We've got basketball tonight. And again, guys, I'm locked in on Arkansas, 84-71. I just, maybe my reverse jinx will work yet again, but I don't know that even a reverse jinx from me can do the job. I'm not even sure that's enough to do it. So we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. SC Ball Tube says, it's a great day to have a day. Don't be a Dennis Dodd. Find some joy. It's funny how the athletics department turned that into like merch and really, really rode with that. But, whatever. Find some joy indeed. Find some joy indeed. So, and again, guys, in case you missed it, Arkansas is a 12.5 point favorite. Arkansas is a 12.5 point favorite. So, again, the game's not played in a casino. But, unfortunately, I think that gives you a pretty good indication of where we sit right now as a program, as a basketball team. Again, Arkansas is not great. And they actually started out SEC play 0-3. 0-3 in SEC play. But have won their last two. And, of course, the Gamecocks have lost their last two. And I don't know, man. Going on the road, I don't think that bodes very well. Don't think that bodes very well for us. John Gibbs says, I want to see a fun coach come in for basketball. Players want to play for fun guys. We got to get back to being for the love of the game as far as men's, of course, because women's is fire. SC Ball Tube. Like a chore, I'm not looking forward to this. Yeah, I hear you. Donnie Cunningham says, read on 24/7 that for some reason G.G. Jackson's recruitment really hinges on Frank, which is ironic as hell. Well, Donnie, here's my question to you. What the hell does it matter if we even get this kid, this GG Jackson kid? Because I don't feel like any recruit we've ever brought in has really done worth a damn under Frank. So what? You're talking about the power forward, right? Yeah, 5-star. I mean, I don't know. You know, you say it hinges on Frank. I mean, he's got 6 crystal balls or it looks like 4 crystal balls. I mean, everybody's predicting him to go to UNC. So, I mean, you really think Salcona is going to land him over Duke, North Carolina, Auburn, who's fighting to be number 1? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So. Donnie Cunningham, he hasn't recruited well for 10 years, but to miss on a 5-star would hurt, but keeping him would hurt. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, Donnie. Again, the program, I guess maybe if you land a GG Jackson, maybe you can bring Frank back because now you've got some hope. I mean, I talked about the things that need to happen or what needs to happen, one of 3 things. And hey, I guess that would be one. Would he be a game-changing type of prospect in your mind? Would he be a game-changing type of prospect? I don't know. Maybe so. I don't know, man. I just I want a reason to not be checked out on basketball. I really do. I mean, and that might sound crazy to say because I cover it. I watch every game. I'm going to watch the game tonight, man. I mean, again, I'm blessed, man. Let me put that out there. I'm blessed that my job, and even saying job is you know, that has such a negative connotation. What I get to do every single day is watch the Gamecocks. So, I mean, I'm certainly not complaining, right? I'm certainly not complaining, but I just want to have real hope and optimism that, hey, our basketball program maybe one day will be something special or getting closer to that, or we're getting closer to fighting for the tournament, something. Throw me a bone. Give me a reason to be hopeful and optimistic. So, Aaron Thompson says, don't know if Carolina can afford Jackson. I mean, hey, we all know guys are getting paid, so you're right. John Gibbs, no, I highly doubt we go after those 1 and 2 guys. No, I don't think so. Do not think so. Do not think so. Do not think so. Again, guys, less than 10 minutes to go here on a Tuesday, June the 18th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, thank you all so much, guys, for the continued love and support, whether it be the podcast, the Daily Crow, the content, the merch, everything. As Football Tube says, we just need a new blood, new energy, and a new culture. If Frank proves us wrong, then great, but I don't know if he can anymore. It's time. Tick-tock. I hear you, man. Clock's ticking. The clock is ticking. Oh, man. I'm excited to watch Gamecocks basketball. I mean, why not? You know, why not? Why not? Whatever. Why not? We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll surprise us. You know, maybe Frank Martin and this team will play better with their backs against the wall. I know that seemed backwards. I know that seems unlikely, but maybe, just maybe, that's the case. Maybe pressure brings the best out of our team. Savannah Webster, if you consider making one of the girls' women's basketball player at TSUS athlete, Savannah, I would love to. So I got to be honest. Savannah. The players that I've made athletes outside of Eric Stevenson, they've all reached out to us. So, I mean, I've been doing so many different things. And so I'm going to start now reaching out to people. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I would be more than happy, Savannah, to add a women's basketball player. That would be incredible. Rakeem Sprinkle, Antoine Wells against Xavier Legette, early prediction on that battle. I mean, I would expect Antoine Wells to come in and win that position. I really would. I don't, I like Xavier Legette. I think he's a solid player, but we're talking about a guy that was a record setter. I know it was the FCS level, but still. I'll be a little disappointed if he don't play a bigger role than that. He can't win one of those jobs. So, I mean, you'd like to think you went to the portal. You'd like to think you went in the portal and picked up a playmaker. Yeah, feel better, Austin Greer says, COVID's kicking my ass right now. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in, Austin. Hey, well wishes. Hope you feel better, my guys, for sure. Hope you feel better. Stephen Arthur says, what's the biggest question mark for us going in the football season? I mean, I think it's got to be offensive line. I think it has to be. Will you get enough from your line to, get any sort of push and have a productive offense? I think it's got to come to the offensive line. I think it's got to come back to the offensive line. So I think you feel pretty good about everything else offensively. And then defensively, I think with what Clayton White and Torian Gray did this past season, I'm pretty confident going into the season on defense. But, will the offensive line show up? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Let's see. Cody Gaskins says, one thing I look forward to in men's basketball games are your tweets the whole game. It's a roller coaster of emotions every minute. Well, Cody, that's a great way to describe our team, man. Just a roller coaster of freaking emotions. A roller coaster of emotions for sure. That's a great way to describe the Gamecocks, no doubt. No doubt. Let's see. Again, guys, a couple quick reminders. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 539. Also, we got new merch dropping today. We've got Heckle Juice merch available in the store now. I'll be pushing all of the baseball merch because today being a month away from opening day, I want to make sure you guys have the opportunity to get that merchandise. Also, Gilly merch. Our new TSUS athletes going to have their own line. Gilly merch, Burgee Barrels merch. That will be coming in the next couple of days. Really excited, man. The positive momentum, everything going on right now with TSUS and the business, and just really, really pumped, man. Really, really pumped. Appreciate you all, your love and support. Without it, there's no way we'd be having these opportunities doing what we're doing, man. It's absolutely incredible. So SC Football Tube says, Rattler's a great quarterback and is a massive get for sure, but the offensive line has to do their part. There's only so much a quarterback can do when they don't have 3 seconds until a D lineman is in their face. For sure. Yeah, I mean, dude, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to have that all. You win in the trenches, man. You win in the trenches. John Gibbs says having almost the entire line back with experience and hopefully busting it in the offseason in the weight room. I like our odds. We got so many defensive guys who came back, so I look for Clayton White to have a solid plan for this group next year. I think the defense is going to be fine. Yeah. I think we need to get better up front. We need to get better on the line of scrimmage on both sides. Offensive line, defensive line, no doubt. We got to get better. That's where the game is won and lost. We got to do a better job of getting after the quarterback. We got to do a better job of stopping the run. And then offensively, we got to do a better job of running the football and, giving our offensive guys a chance to make plays. You got to have time to throw. And, I think Spencer Rattler, having a guy like that back there is going to help. But, as much as the game changes, guys, I've talked about it many times, as much as the game changes, there's some things that stay the same, and one of them is you win at the point of attack. You win in the line of scrimmage. Cody Gaskins, what's your way too early grade for the defense next season? Cody, you're putting me on the spot with that, man. We're literally in January. We're 8 months from kickoff. I think probably around a B to a B plus, something like that, going into the season. B to a B plus. So I think there's certainly still areas we can improve. But I think we got some new guys coming in that should help as well. Guys, we've hit 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. All the new merch thing we got going on. Tons of exciting stuff. The positive momentum through the roof. TSUS to the freaking moon content bleeding out the eyeballs. Folks, again, appreciate you all tuning in. Go Cox. Let's beat Arkansas. Let's find a freaking way. Let's at least have a fun game. Why not? I don't know. Either way, hey, guys, hey, appreciate you all tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. We will talk to you